quantitative bibliography assignment, okay? So remember that for this paper, you need primary sources. I need everyone to look, okay? And you need primary sources, that is, quotes and citations from the text from 1984 in Slaughterhouse-Five. But you also need outside sources, secondary sources. So JSTOR, Gale, any good database, New York Times, as long as it's a quality source, no like Bob's blogs or 123 Help Me essays or Wikipedia. And on another time, I'll tell you the Terry Condon, Don Ho story of why you never ever use Wikipedia, but not today. It's a good story then.
They already told us that.
Did I tell you? No, I don't think so. It's a really good story, but not today.
No, Terry told us that.
Okay. So anyway, so for this you're going to need 10 sources. You're going to need to look at least 10 sources to get 2 to 3 quality sources. That's kind of how it goes. That's a rough number, okay? So when I say you're going to look at it, you're going to go to JSTOR, okay? You're going to do that advanced search. And so really what that means, since you're looking at 1984 and Slaughterhouse-Five, it's really like 5 and 5. It's really not that bad, okay? So let's say you go to JSTOR and you look at your first source. A lot of these sources, if you remember I told you they have article summaries, okay? If it doesn't have a summary, you can pretty much from the first paragraph tell what the article is going to be about, okay? So you're going to look at that source. Before you even know whether you need it or not, look up please, this is important. You're going to go to the upper right and you're going to click on View Citation. And you're going to copy that citation information. Now let me tell you that JSTOR does not put it in the correct format, okay? If you put it in the correct format, yes.
Can you just use EasyBib?
Here's my problem with EasyBib. EasyBib is frequently wrong. And especially when you start doing translations or things, sometimes it's right, but sometimes it's wrong. And you need to learn the correct way to do it, okay? So this is a bibliography this is like an ongoing bibliography that I have for my articles and things that I write, okay? And if you look just at the format here, okay, you will see that everything is left justified, everything is double spaced, okay? There are no extra spaces in between the entries. You don't need it because it's double spaced and it is in alphabetical order, okay, by the author. So for most of you, if you're going to use like a JSTOR article, I'm going to show you the format for that. Okay, there's one. Catherine Haney, that one. Okay, so when you go to look at an article online, what you're really seeing is an online version of this, okay? So this is a scholarly journal, the PMLA. This is volume 128, number 3. If you look inside, it's full of articles, okay? All right, so what you're going to do is you'll have that bibliographic information. You'll have the name of the author, last name, comma, first name, period. The title of the article itself goes in quotes, okay? The title of the journal, I have these underlined, you can italicize. MLA says that they're interchangeable. Most people italicize these days. Just whatever you do in your whole paper, like if you underline 1984 and Slaughterhouse-Five, then underline in your works cited. If you italicize, just do the same thing throughout, okay? Are y'all with me so far? Okay, good. Okay, so you're going to underline or italicize the name of the journal itself, and then here's where it gets tricky. So you see this 20.4? Everyone's used 20.4? Everyone's looking up and seeing the 20.4?
Oh yeah, what's up?
That's 20.4. That's the volume in edition. Thanks, Noah. Thanks for asking. So, okay, this is volume 128. Yeah, 128, number 3. Okay? You're not going to write vol or ed or number or anything like that. If I were going to write this, I would do 128.3. So this is volume 20, edition 4. But you don't write that. You write 20.4. Got it? Here you're going to do the year in parentheses. Okay, so this is 2013, this is 1987, colon, the page numbers, period. The only thing that I don't have on here is, because this is an older bibliography, is the word print. When you use a print source...
Sorry. Sorry, my twins.
Okay, so when you have at the end here, if it's a print source, you're going to write print, P-R-I-N-T-E, period. Okay, even though You're searching for it online. Even though you're looking at it on a database, it's an actual, somewhere it's a physical print source. Okay? Does this make sense to everybody so far? All right. So, at a bare minimum, you're going to have 10 sources. All right? So, look at me again. One eyes. Okay. All right. So, when you go to JSTOR, you're going to pull up that source. Okay? The first thing you're going to do is copy the citation information, whether you're going to use it or not. Underneath this, I want you to say either, well, first of all, you're going to say this article is about blah, whatever blah is. And you'll know that from the summary or from the first paragraph. Okay? One sentence. This article is about the thought police in 1984. Okay? And either I'm not going to use this because it's outside the scope of my paper, or I am going to use this in this section. Okay? Period. If you're not going to use it, you're done with that source. That's your first source. Go on to the next one. Okay? Everybody clear on that? If you are going to use it, okay, and you say, I'm going to use it in this section, then you want to include a quote. Because then, guess what? If you put the quotes and the page numbers in this document, you don't have to go back to JSTOR. You don't have to go back and look at these articles. You have everything in your annotated bibliography. And this is really, really helpful when you get to college, when you're doing these papers. You don't want to be doing this. Like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and you're, not that you should be writing paper 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm just saying, you have everything in one place. It's really super helpful, and it's a really good strategy. This is what they teach you in graduate school. Okay? So you put all of your information in one place, and then when you go to write the paper, copy and paste. You've already got the quote and the page number. When you go to do your works cited, copy and paste because it's already in the correct format. Okay? There's a value to doing the annotated bibliography. So you can write, now these are my notes for some of the things that I've used in articles, okay? Remember that this bibliography is ultimately for you. You can write whatever you want in these, okay? This is the bibliography that I have. This was a book that I used. And this scholar, Brenda S. Webster, I think she's full of baloney. And, you know, when I was writing this article, I was looking at this and I was saying, what? This is a terrible misreading of this. And she says that this character was raped. What? No. You know, so you can write whatever you want in these things because it's notes for you. Now, I'm not suggesting that you need to have, like, boatloads of notes in this annotated bibliography. But I want you to know that the point of this is so that you remember what the article said and how you're going to use it. Okay? So, that's like mine. Okay. So back to the assignments. So this is under assignments. Okay? So 10 sources. You look at the source, you do the MLA citation information, you say, here's what's in the article, and either A, I'm not going to use it, or B, I'm going to use it. And if you're going to use it, you're going to include a quote with a page number. Okay? 10. That's it. Most of these you're probably not going to use, but the idea is that you sift through them in order to find the really good stuff, the ones that you are going to use, because you kind of have to use them. Okay? And this is due when? Tomorrow. Friday, 11:59 at night to turn it in.
What?
Okay? And you can do this, honestly, you should be able to do this in class tomorrow. It doesn't take longer than a class period. It's really not that big of a deal. But this is the beginning to your research. Okay? Questions?
So we need 10 sources by tomorrow?
Yes. You can do this in one class. I promise you, Noah. You've never done it before, so right now it seems a little
I don't
intimidating.
know this one.
I know, and that's okay. Neither have anybody else, and that's okay. This is why I'm teaching you. But I promise you it's not that bad when you start going. Because you're going to look at the source, get the information, just the citation, and then say, what's this about? Am I going to use it or not? No? Done. You're
Well, how
done
do
with
I know
that
if I'm
source.
going to use it? I haven't read my paper yet.
Well, that's why you do the thesis introduction and outline first.
Yes.
And so you have a rough idea of, like, topic. And then you can narrow down your search when you're going to JSTOR or wherever. I'll make it okay. I'll hold your hand. I promise. Okay, thanks. Yes. Okay, thanks, Joan.
Perfect.